Hey, welcome back to the Let's All Lift show. I'm Brock Annexted. Today I'm going to do a deep dive on creatine and why you probably should be either supplementing with it or eating more red meat to get it. And I think before I start, I'll talk a little bit about creatine and some people's perceptions of it. I think a lot of people are scared of creatine because it sounds scary. It sounds like a drug. It's a white powder supplement style. I think a lot of people are scared of it when they really don't need to be. So let me just dive right in. Creatine is a very natural amino acid. It's found in muscle meat. And if you eat 5 pounds, if you eat 2 pounds of ground beef, that's equivalent to about 5 grams of creatine, which is the same serving size that you would get in a typical supplement. So that's kind of the comparison that I use with most people. And if you're like most people, you're probably not going to eat 2 pounds of ground beef in a single day, which is fine. But getting that amount of creatine is still very valuable according to the research. Creatine is one of the most researched supplements on the market. It's got study after study after study showing how safe it is for long-term use for all ages and activity levels, and the benefits are really clear. It's really the biggest bang for your buck supplement, and more people would benefit from taking it. So here are my top 5 benefits of taking creatine. The first thing is increased muscle mass. So creatine increases muscle size and weight by concentrating water in the muscle cells. This is why creatine got the water retention reputation, because it's technically true, but that water retention is concentrated in your muscles, which is actually going to help promote muscle protein synthesis, growing muscles, increase nutrient delivery to that muscle cell. The second thing that creatine is going to do is help with performance. So your muscles rely on an energy source called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and there are 3 energy pathways that your body uses to create more ATP, and the fastest one is the phosphagen system, and that system uses creatine phosphate to create ATP to give your muscles energy. And so if you supplement with ATP, if you supplement with creatine, then you can increase the concentration of creatine in your muscles, meaning that when you get into a workout, your body has more fuel to make more ATP, leading to more energy over the course of your workout, which of course down the line will lead to bigger muscle gains, better workouts, etc. So for number 3, creatine helps with your brain health. So there's some super interesting studies that don't prove anything, but sort of indicate that creatine might help with certain neurological diseases like Alzheimer's, stroke, epilepsy, brain or spinal cord injuries. I'm just reading off the list of studies that I've got here. And some of these studies are really exciting because a key factor in a lot of neurological diseases is that there's a decrease in the amount of phosphocreatine in the brain, and increasing your supplementation levels of creatine can help offset that. Creatine has also been shown in a number of studies to improve memory and focus. Your brain actually uses ATP as well, and having creatine helps produce more ATP for the brain. A fourth cool thing that creatine does is that it actually can help lower your blood sugar levels. Part of the reason, as far as I can see, that creatine helps lower blood sugar levels is because, number one, some studies suggest that it increases the function of glucose transporter type 4, which is all well and good. In my opinion, the biggest reason that it's going to help with your blood sugar is because it's going to increase your muscle mass over time. And when you have glucose in your bloodstream, your body needs somewhere to put that. And the more muscle you have, the more space your body has to put excess glucose. And so if you're eating more glucose than if your body's creating more glucose than it really should be, like you're pre-diabetic, increasing muscle mass is going to give your body somewhere to put that glucose, which is going to reduce your blood sugar levels and lead to a more healthy metabolism and overall health. So the fifth and final thing that I think is really cool about creatine and creatine supplementation is that I've already talked about it increasing muscle mass, but one of the ways that it does that, besides just increasing the amount of water in your muscle cells, is that creatine can increase this hormone called IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor. And IGF-1 is a huge proponent of muscle gain and muscle growth. And if you're somebody who's trying to build muscle for all the health benefits that come along with it, then increasing IGF-1 is going to be very productive for you. All right, so those are 5 cool things that creatine does for you. This has been episode 8 of the Let's All Lift show. I'm Brock Annexted here in the gym. If you like this video, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. If you're watching in video form, share the video. If you're watching in podcast form, share the podcast. I appreciate all of you, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.